whoever thought you'd have to talk about recycled materials being toxic? Well, at RubberForm, we have to talk about that because a lot of the materials that are imported into the United States from foreign countries is toxic material. And how they define recycled material is very different than how we define recycled material here in the United States. A lot of the products from China actually have a lot of toxic chemicals in them. And we actually have a white paper here that we'd be glad to send you. Just send it to gov@rubberform.com and we'll be glad to send it to you that actually has all of the testing data in it. We actually sent this off to an independent lab to have all the material tested because you walk into a store and you smell something around these rubber products and you think, what's that awful smell? Well, a lot of times they use sulfur as the curing agent, but a lot of times it's actually the so-called recycled materials from these foreign lands like diesel fuel and benzene and other harmful materials that will actually leach into our environment. And you have to be aware of that when you're buying this material. Just because it's cheap means that it's cheap and it's cheaply made, and there's a lot of materials in it that you do not want to put down on your street or in your parking lot.
So like Bill mentioned, we've gotten some of these toxic products tested for their material composition. And one of the tests that we had conducted on the material was a leaching test. And what that means is the product is put into a secure environment where it has water ran on top of and through the product for a very long duration of time, which is simulating rainwater out in the environment. And then they get to test that runoff that comes from the product for what sort of material, what sort of byproduct leaches off of the product itself. So we can get a sort of simulated result of what that product would be like out in the environment for 6, 12, 18 months once it's installed on the ground.
The results that we received were startling, and we only did it because of the smell. And we really wanted to find out exactly why this was smelling and what was really in the material. And again, we were shocked by the results from these labs. We didn't just send it to one lab, we sent it to a few labs, along with some of our other associates in the recycled tire business. So we actually sent our findings to the EPA to let them know that these toxic materials were in, and they were above the acceptable EPA regulations. So please be aware of what you're buying, who you're buying it from, and you really need to ask, where is this material made? If it's made in China, it's probably not good for your parking lot and for our environment, so please beware.
The results that we've gotten back from these tests are just slightly concerning, right? Because some of the byproducts that are put into these quote-unquote recycled material products are carcinogens. They're proven carcinogens, and they are just not something that should be in our environment when we're trying to be a healthier America. These products are not tested, and that is concerning for you and I. This market and these products need to have stricter regulations on what is being brought into America in the form of these speed bumps and humps and recycled products.
So all of the material that we use is actually generated here in the United States. It's your scrap tires that were on your cars, scrap truck tires, and we utilize everything from America. We do not import anything into our manufacturing process or our materials that we put into our products. Everything is manufactured domestically here in the United States. Very low VOC, and again, we've had this tested by our Department of Labor along with our Department of Environment to make sure that it's a safe working environment. So low VOCs and a very safe working environment for our employees. And if you'd like a copy of our white paper, please send an email to gov@rubberform.com and we'll be glad to send it to you.